hate everything about this. The competitive nature of our game is going. Everybody's worried about the fame, the stardom, and all that. Nobody's worried about the competition no more. This right here screams to me, that's my homeboy. I ain't worried about him playing over there. There's no rivalries in football no more. Real rivalries. Not on the field, not off the field. There's no more real rivalries. I always remember the old school players because a lot of them are scouts now, probably in y'all building too with the Eagles. I remember them all always saying, man, we were the dogs, y'all. I'm like, bro, shit, what you talking about? But they right. There was way more dogs than us. They played way harder. They way more rivals, way more competition. I remember Sammy Seal. I had a conversation with Sammy Seal, and he said he played DB. He was a scout for the Packers, and he said I used to grow my nails out real long. Because at the end of the game, DB, the receiver gonna have scratches all on his neck. Like, that's how, like, the rivalry.
What's going on, everybody? It's MDENT313, and I'm back at y'all with another one. Listen, James Jones, former wide receiver of the Packers, phenomenal wide receiver, and he made some interesting statements today. And in one hand, he's absolutely right. And it's funny because I never really thought about it until he said it. And once he said it, I'm like, okay, I know exactly what he means by that. And he was talking about how it's no real rivalries in football today. How back in the day, like the players, it was rivalries on the field, it was rivalries off the field, and they was just extra competitive, right? Whereas when you look at today's players, it's kind of like how basketball is, how those guys come up in AAU together. So those guys, a lot of times, those guys are more friends with each other than rivals. And he was talking about how it take away from the excitement and the competitiveness of the game. And he talked about how, as you heard in the clip, that these guys are less competitive than what they used to be. And he's 1,000% correct, right? And certain games you always look forward to. Like, you're talking about the Packers and the Lions. That was always a great rivalry. Anytime Pittsburgh and Baltimore played against each other, great rivalry. You're talking about the Indianapolis Colts, at least my era, right? The Indianapolis Colts, Peyton Manning taking on New England and Tom Brady, even though that's an out-of-division rivalry. But those games were just ultra competitive. You're talking about the Bears and the Lions, the Bears and the Packers, the Denver Broncos taking on the Chargers or the Denver Broncos in Kansas City. Like, those rivalries were special back in the day. And even though technically we still have division rivalries, it don't really feel the same. It don't feel like the chips are on the table, and like these guys hate losing to each other like they did in the past. And I wonder, is it the money? Because you want to see these guys get paid, get as much money as they can, but at the same time, not at the cost of the competitiveness of the sport, right? As long as the sport can remain competitive, like when you look at the NBA, it seems like ever since these guys started getting these egregious contracts, and in addition to them being close in the AAU circuit, it just killed the competitiveness of the NBA. And it seemed like the NFL is slowly taking that route because the game is not as physical as it used to be. It's not as violent as it used to be. Like I said, the rivalries, like James Jones said, the rivalries don't seem as intense. And in this clip, he also talked about, I forgot the player's name already that he talked about, but he said he was comparing them to the newer generation. He said, man, if I would have talked to so-and-so, he'd have been like, man, we would have killed you guys. But you don't see that in today's game. And he's 1,000% correct. Because if you talk to the old school guys, they always come up on, they'll run up to the newer players and be like, man, we had such and such, this guy, that guy. Man, we would have locked y'all up. We would have shut y'all down. We would have dogged y'all out. And he's absolutely right, man. The old school players, I don't think they're necessarily as physically gifted as they had less distractions that they had to worry about, right? So I think they had a lot more time to work on their craft, perfect their craft, and they was just more manly, more masculine. And they was just straight up dogs. But let me know what you think about what James Jones had to say. I 1000% agree with James Jones.